Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. I am known as Tokufan22. This is actually my very first video, so I figured I would introduce myself. Nothing really specific, so this is just going to be random clips of games that I've played ever since I got my PS4. And I hope to do a few more in the future. As stated before, I am Tokufan22, or at least that's my gamer tag. Feel free to friend me if you want. After this vid, of course. I really enjoy playing video games. I also do a little bit of artwork. I'm really into animation and everything. And I'm also into anime, and as my name pretty much states, for those of you that know about it, the term toku, or tokusatsu in this, is a term used for Japanese live action and special effects. So of course I'm into the Kamen Rider, the Super Sentai, or Power Rangers as we know it here stateside. I am, as mentioned before, also into animation, which of course I'm into anime, cartoons, comics, manga, all of that good stuff. As far as these videos, I hope to do more in the future, especially with not just games that you're looking at here, but also other games that I'm interested in. Games that I have on my PS3, maybe even a few Nintendo games, but of course, as far as capturing any game footage, this is all that I have at the moment. So, hopefully I'll be able to put all of this to good use. A little bit more about myself, because I'm just speaking at random right now. For those of you that are not familiar with my voice, I'm also a voice actor for a podcast being done online known as Young Avengers Live. Myself and my brother, who is best known as the Epic Chef, or Epic Kev, is also a part of this project. He plays Eli Bradley, who is known as Patriot. I play David Allen, who is known as Prodigy. For those of you who are comic book fans and are familiar with like Marvel, this is pretty much where it all comes from. It's just a nice little fan fiction that we have going on, and we're actually in our 1-year anniversary right now. We're in production of a first year anniversary Christmas special, as well as we will be on our 4th episode. We've been on a bit of a hiatus for a while because life, basically. But otherwise, we've all been able to come back together and pretty much get back into the swing of things. So you'll be able to find that on my Facebook page, as well as just put in hashtag YALive, and that's basically all that I have for the Young Avengers Live. As far as why I wanted to do something like this, it's because ever since YouTube came out, as well as certain other forms of social media, it's given folks, a lot of people, an opportunity to pretty much express themselves, show what type of talents they have, or to just look really stupid online, whatever it is. But you know, different strokes for different folks. In my case, it's because that it gives me the opportunity to kind of show what I can do, to show off any gameplay skills that I may have. But I've mainly been inspired by folks like Doug Walker, the Nostalgia Critic, Dash EXP, Markiplier, let's see, Mars Girl, as well as actually a lot of the people that I've seen on Channel Awesome. Linkara, of course, and that's just off the top of my head. I'm trying to basically, as you can see, that I'm pretty new at this because I'm recording this as the gameplay is going. I have different clips, to be specific, 3. I have clips of Destiny, as you can see. I have Warframe, which I plan on putting up a few more of those, because with those I play with my brother. Again, he is known as Epic Kev, as well as the Epic Chef. He also has a YouTube page that you should check out. He is really good at what he does, a very talented chef, worked really hard to get where he is right now. And he's doing a lot of things. As a matter of fact, it's because of him that I'm actually inspired to, another reason why I'm inspired to do something like this, as well as work with him on the Young Avengers Live project that we're doing. We also have, uh, okay, sorry, lost my train of thought there. But as a whole, I hope to continue doing these in the future. I'll have something a little bit more uh, better planned out. Um, and that's basically it, really. Um, I'll have a few more gameplays of other games that I play in the future, um, with more commentary. The one thing that I wish I could do, though, is that, well, for starters, get a game capture device, because I don't know what PlayStation has going on with this whole thing, but there are some recordings that I already have, but you can only hear my voice. You can't hear the voice of the other person that I'm playing with. Like, for example, my brother. We play a good bit of Warframe together, and I probably wouldn't have been able to really even get through half the game without him. Only thing is that he says a lot of stuff in there as well, because we're both doing voice chat. Unfortunately, when I do these recordings, nobody else can really hear him. It's like maybe muffled or whatever. I don't know. If somebody has any type of advice on that type of situation, just feel free to comment on the video and let me know exactly how that works. Because otherwise, I think about the only other option that I really have is to just get a game capture device. I did have one at one point, but I ended up having to send it back because it was complete crap. As a matter of fact, it was not only an older model, but it was also from a company that really gave me a hard time, especially when I talked with their customer support. Long story, but it was just bad customer service, bad product, altogether. Well, as you can see, we're looking at Warframe right now. Of course, that would be me right there in the red and blue. You probably, if you haven't seen it already, my brother is somewhere. There he is. Yeah. One thing I gotta tell you about my brother, though, is that online, offline, he's always gonna have my back, and that's what we do. Not to sound sappy or anything, but you know, when it comes to having a true partner, somebody that will really be there for you no matter what, there's nobody else that I can think of that would always have my back. Well, actually, no, I take that back. There are others. While my mother doesn't play video games, she has my back like all the time, and that's always something that I'm very thankful for. Let's see, what else do I have? Because I'm trying to keep this going for as long as possible. I know that I probably will have done some editing with this by the time it gets through. But yeah, as mentioned before, I'm really into a lot of the tokusatsu, like Ultraman, Kamen Rider, Super Sentai. I know that there's kind of it's kind of a double-edged sword, I guess, when it comes to how people feel about Power Rangers and Super Sentai. Me, I like them both, but they all kind of have their flaws, of course. But yeah, I guess I'm more into Super Sentai because I'm more into the, what do I call it? I guess because of the original storyline as far as where all this came from. It's always nice to watch. Plus, I've spent time in Japan. I've lived there for like 3 years. And it was definitely a great experience. I learned a lot. In fact, one of the last things I did when I was there, I actually went to the Ultraman exhibit that was at the Hiroshima Museum. It was one of the last things I did with a really good friend of mine. And it was just a lot as far as how they were able to go about producing some of the monsters, the costumes, the years that the shows and movies came out. It was just a really
mind tackling one of those.
exciting and educational experience. Because there was even like a wireframe, like they use, I guess, hanger wire, chicken wire, whatever it was, as far as some of the things that they had for certain monsters.
Bundle, Barrett,
But of course, I'm really big on Kamen Rider, and I think that my first experience with that was with, well, with Mask Rider, Saban's Mask Rider. Looking back, that show really did suck. But thankfully, years later, I was able to get an opportunity to watch Kamen Rider Black RX, which is what Mask Rider was based off of. And actually seeing a lot of the tokusatsu as far as everything really put perspective on everything that I had watched that was pretty much on Fox Kids. Power Rangers, Mask Rider, Big Bad Beetleborgs, which in Japan is known as Juko B Fighter. In any case, I hope, again, I want to say that I hope to do this in the future, and I'm trying to wrap things up because right now I'm almost done with this video. Again, I'll have some other stuff well planned out. This was just random, something that I kind of wanted to do just to kind of put myself out there, introduce myself. Just to reiterate one more time, I was inspired by folks like the people at Channel Awesome, Doug Walker, the Nostalgia Critic, whom I actually met at a convention recently. He probably would never recognize me because at the time that I met him, I was wearing a mask. As well as Markiplier and Dashi XP. So if any of the people that I mentioned in this video, as I fall to my doom in Loadout, once again, just thank you for kind of inspiring me, and I hope to do more in the future, and that's basically it. I look forward to more later on. Have a nice day.